Hello everybody, welcome to Falcon Basketball. I'm Cooper Unruh alongside Andrew Scott. We've got an exciting home opener matchup for you against the Park Hill South Panthers. Andrew?
I'm just really excited to be here for the home opener, right? Weather outside is a little frightful, but in here we're all ready for some basketball. Just really excited to see what the Falcons can do here against a division rival, Park Hill South.
And last year these two scored off, didn't go to Park Hill South's plan as Staley walked away with a 72-38 victory.
It was just a really dominant performance by Staley. Did a great job. I'm obviously, for the Falcons tonight, you're going to be looking at Jackson Smith, right? He was the number 2 behind Xavier Wilson. Now he's going to have to be the one to step up and be that number 1, as he's the tallest guy on the team and one of the most talented. It'll be interesting to see what he can do here.
Jackson Smith, quite the storyline. The 6'5" junior, he was a backup piece last year, like Andrew said, behind Xavier Wilson. Came off the bench and scored 12. He certainly had a breakout game, so I'm wondering what we're going to see today as far as production goes for Jackson Smith.
It'll be great to see what the Falcons can do here as the starting lineups are being introduced. Lights are dimmed and the Falcons are getting ready to come out to a home crowd.
The Nest at a pretty good capacity right now. We'll see if the crowd's a factor in this game. They're usually pretty rowdy fans, so we'll see how that fares for the other team.
So with the starting lineup, up first is going to be number 0, senior guard, 6'1", Jacoby Hicks.
Jacoby Hicks, a great piece for the Falcons right here. We're looking for him to have a big game at a pretty important position.
Will Hansen now 6'2", senior as well. Will Hansen
making his varsity debut.
Travion Moore, always a great member of the team here. Sophomore last year, playing into a junior. He's 5'10", but a great shooter.
Jackson Smith, the big forward, makes his way out in the court.
And rounding out the squad here, Kennison Stone, number 22, senior, 6'4", second tallest on the team, one of the only forwards. Only 4 seniors on this Staley team, relatively young compared to last year. You look at Park Hill South, they got 8 seniors rounding out their varsity roster. We'll have to see if the the inexperience almost of Staley could be a little bit of a factor here tonight.
And here come the Falcons. They prepare to go to center court for the tip-off. It'll be Jackson Smith. Jackson Smith up against number 34, Clayton Howren. This Park Hill South team is big. We'll see how Staley does against them.
Staley lost a lot of its height once again with Xavier Wilson. A lot is going to be put on Jackson Smith as he does lose the tip-off, and Park Hill South gets the ball.
Park Hill South up the court. Tight coverage by the Falcons, playing press really early.
Maybe not a typical defense you see. They like to play a little bit of zone. Oh no, they're going to leave a man open.
Wide open shot, and it is missed. That'll be rebounded by Kennison Stone. He takes it up court. He'll stumble around with it, looking for somebody.
That's an open shot Park Hill South wanted to take advantage of. Couldn't quite get it done, though.
And there's a deflected pass. It'll be stolen by number 44. Park Hill South has another shot for possession.
Fast-paced game already. You knew it was going to come out like this. Both teams getting ready to swing.
Deion Sanders keeping the ball alive as he'll kick it back. And he'll try to lob it. That'll be caught just out of bounds. This is a traveling call, Staley ball.
And Park Hill South already trying to use that big height they have over the Falcons just to kind of bully their way in the paint. Didn't really work that time. Jackson Smith played great defense, kind of forcing number 35 there on Park Hill South, Carson Bjorn, to take a bad position and kind of make him travel a little bit here.
Hicks will kick it back to Trey Moore. Trey Moore will take it up for the Falcons. He'll sling it, and a good save right there. Barely just out of the hands of Park Hill South as the Falcons maintain possession. Kennison Stone has it. He's driving to the hoop. And a pass over his shoulders, and that shot will be missed.
Staley's got to find their footing here. That was a great pass. Just couldn't quite finish it off.
And here's Deion Sanders. Not that Deion Sanders, but this Deion Sanders. He'll kick it back. Jackson Smith guarding up the post. He'll take a shot, and it's good.
That is going to be what Park Hill South is going to be relying on all night. If Staley's going to have some high-powered offense here if they want to fight back.
And the Falcons have it looking to start something to come back from that 2 points from Park Hill South. And a shot to Kennison Stone, he'll flick it back. Shots all around the perimeter by the Falcons. Trey Moore with the 3 attempt, and just too strong. But he rebounds his own miss. Here's Will Hansen, he'll kick it back to Kennison Stone. Stone driving hard to the hoop, he'll kick it back in the paint. And there's Jackson Smith fouled.
Risky pass, trusting his teammate there. Kennison Stone gets the pass off the baseline into Jackson Smith's hands. Knew he could do something with it. Magical in the paint is Smith, and he's only gotten better, as we can see already.
Jackson Smith will come up to the line. He's no stranger to the free throw line, as he led the team in free throw attempts last year, drawing a lot of fouls. As the first one's good.
Free throws, right?
First point on the board.
Important points you cannot leave on the board. You know, the best teams, they take these opportunities, and you know, these free throws, they add up, man. You have 2 physical teams. They're going to force each other to get to the line a lot, and overall these points are going to be incredibly important to both teams.
And as that second free throw attempt is missed, Staley have a substitution. Here comes Luke Wilson.
Should not have put the announcer jinx on that one.
Park Hill South, body around the perimeter. He'll kick it back to the paint, and that layup attempt is good by Jackson Wheeler. Here's Will Hansen up the court. He'll sling it back to Wilson. Dawkins playing key play along the perimeter. Trey Moore driving. He'll kick it back to Hansen. 3-point attempts, and that one's good. Hansen took a shot as he released it. They won't call a foul on that, but that's 3 points good for the Falcons to take a 4-4 tie.
Hansen making the most of his first starting 5 minutes as a foul is called on the floor.
And there will be a foul by Trey Moore.
And the Staley crowd here, they may be not quite as packed as many hoped, but they are on their feet and ready, just making a lot of noise, making it a little bit difficult for Park Hill South to kind of get their plays together, get their head in the game.
And we'll see how it affects these Park Hill South Panthers as they continue their offense possession. A little bit of a stall there by the official. It'll be Deion Sanders on the toss-in.
Looks like
Carson Bjorn.
Yeah, Aiden Bird and Carson Bjorn looks like they're getting just a little bit handsy. Coach is making sure it doesn't get, these rivals games, you got to make sure to let the players play a little bit. But, Will Hansen.
By Hansen. There's a breakaway defense. Kennison Stone takes it, and it'll be swiped away, but the Falcons maintain possession. It'll be in the hands of Luke Wilson as he looks for something to do with the ball.
Will Hansen all over the court right now. Just a great job on that steal and making sure they keep possession on this side after Stone kind of bobbles it a little bit from good defense.
Here's Trey Moore. He drives hard to the hoop. Trey Moore will be called out of bounds.
Staley seems to just be a little bit wild with the ball right now. They need to make sure to slow down, play their game. Just make sure they can get some points on the board. Keep good control of possession. Yeah, Aiden Bird and Carson Bjorn already looking to fight for possession, just making sure Aiden Bird, right, Staley's smaller team, they're trying to make sure that Park Hill South can't bully them as much.
Here's Moore on the toss-in. He'll find Wilson around the paint. Kicks it back to Bird. Falcons looking for something to do. Fake pass to Wilson. We'll see what Moore can do with it now. Troy Moore drives hard, lob attempt, and just short. That'll be rebounded by Deion Sanders.
Looked like a nice floater, just a good stand there by Park Hill South.
Steal. Stolen by Kennison Stone. Needs a shot to do some damage here. And it's good. A chance for a 3-point play for Kennison Stone after the breakaway.
That's the Kennison Stone we've seen last season, and it looks like he's coming out firing so far after a couple of, just jitters, you could say, coming out for this home opener, first game of the season. He is in fine form after that. Amazing possession. Plays tough physical defense, gets the rip away, and just goes to the rack hard, draws the foul with incredible, impeccable control of the ball.
And we'll see a substitution for the Falcons. We'll see number 32, Nolan Lewis, come in the game, as Kennison Stone steps up to the line to make it a chance for a 3-point play.
4 minutes, about halfway into this first quarter.
And that shot will be no good. It'll be rebounded by the double coverage against them. Almost a steal right there, but the Parkville South Panthers managed to keep it, and it'll be called out of bounds. It's still Panthers ball.
Staley looking like a wall of hands out here. I mean, they seem to be everywhere, just making offense for the Park Hill South a nightmare. I mean, Park Hill South has taken advantage of the over-aggressiveness a little bit, but they've only gotten 4 points so far. Had some nice hits to the lane, but right now, Staley, this aggressive man defense, which typically we don't see as much, is looking great for them. And you can see the strategy behind Coach Neff, right? They're the smaller team. They're going to have to go for the ball, play more towards the perimeter, make sure that those lanes are harder to get into. You just have to hope, and make sure that those lanes aren't incredibly open, which we've seen a couple of times in Park Hill South on 2 possessions already, has taken advantage of it. But it seems to be working well so far.
And it just feels like this ball's in 2 places at one time. Hard for me to keep track of who's got it.
We got that fast pace already. It's a great game to watch so far.
Here's the toss in. And it'll be Aaron Phillips who had it initially.
Jacoby Hicks playing tough defense, but that's an offensive possession, put it in a tough position for Hicks. That's an easy foul call for the ref.
And this is a long position for the Panthers. You got to figure it'll end soon. Toss in. And it'll be rebounded by Jackson Smith. He'll take it back up. It's Hicks. Hicks' layup is good. Falcons will take the lead.
Little hybrid full court press here. Great defense on that inbound, making sure that it was really difficult for that shot to go anywhere.
So that was a layup attempt by Aaron Phillips, who fouled hard after a made layup. Chance for a 3-point play for the Panthers.
Went for a block on the ball, just couldn't quite get it done, and a great shot by Park Hill South. Aaron Phillips, the junior, great ball control on that one, getting the ball to the hoop even with the tough Staley defense and trying to get a play on that ball.
And with a made free throw here for Phillips, Panthers can cut the lead to 1. We'll see substitutions on the floor for the Panthers.
Now we are seeing a sophomore Nolan Lewis for the Staley Falcons.
Phillips to the line, and his attempt is good. 1-point game.
Staley crowd making it difficult, but incredible focus right there.
It'll be a game of kickback from Kennison Stone as he takes it. Stone will be fouled.
Nolan Lewis out there just making nice moves.
Really trying to make a difference right here by getting some takeaways. Staley have to be careful with the ball. Jacoby Hicks looking for somebody. He'll take it himself, driving into the paint. Contested attempt, and it's good.
Great move on that paint. I mean, he just created some nice separation and great ball control once again, as we've seen.
Phillips will be pressed hard. He'll take it himself. Rejected by Jackson Smith. It'll stay in the hands of the Panthers, though.
Park Hill South's going to have to move the ball more. This man defense is making it hard for them to dribble.
And that one will be good. That'll be number 23, Alex Gabrick, the 6'7" junior.
That was the pass they needed.
It'll be Kennison Stone. Trey Moore trying to commandeer his men. We'll see a play develop for the Falcons right here.
Oh, finds a spot in the defense.
And too strong for Kennison Stone.
A great move. Stone was just a bit off on his target.
Almost a steal right there by Staley. It leaves a wide open gap, and that one will be good by number 44, Jackson Wheeler. That's
your double-edged sword right there. Great full court press, but you're going to leave someone open if you play that double coverage there.
Falcons looking to respond, down 1. They can take the lead with any make.
Trying to find a rhythm here. Some shots have just not fallen. We're definitely looking to give that ball to Jackson Smith.
It'll be known to Trey Moore. Trey Moore, the young point guard, looking for somebody. Be a bounce pass back to Lewis. And a lob. And that one is good. Kennison Stone takes flight and takes the lead back for the Falcons.
Absolutely amazing toss up there. Trust by the teammates for a while.
It's stolen by Kennison Stone. What will he do here? Kennison Stone, we see you, buddy. I've never seen back-to-back dunks in my time at Staley.
I mean, this Staley defense is punishing if you get even a little bit lazy. Stone right now, he's back into his late season form from last year. Just all over the court right now, a leader and just being a great offensive asset for this team.
This team making a big difference right now. They're playing that press defense, boy, did it pay off. Got that steal. There was nothing but green grass ahead of Stone.
Yeah, that wood was looking mighty free. And now, after that 4-point swing from Staley being down 1, we've got about a minute 20 left here in the first quarter. After a very electrifying first quarter, might I add.
And the Panthers will take the balls. They're down 3. Falcons maybe looking to build on that momentum.
And that's what you're looking for. That Staley crowd came alive. I mean, it was raucous. But now inbound for Park Hill South.
Park Hill South looking to establish a rhythm. Carson Bjorn looking for somebody. And he'll kick it back to Sanders. Sanders was contested with that shot, and that will go nowhere.
Now this Deion Sanders, man, he's a far way from Colorado, but he is making some plays here on the court.
Able to draw that foul. Foul will be called on junior Trey Moore. That will be his second on the night.
Now Deion Sanders just having some really good, keeping Park Hill South in the game. He seems to be a very calm, collected leader. They're just making plays for Park Hill South. He's finding open lanes and making it tough for the Staley defense.
Second attempt is good. Here's Trey Moore up it. He'll kick it back to Bird. Corner 3 attempt, and that one will be missed by Will Hansen.
Great boxing out there by Park Hill South. Staley loves those offensive rebounds, but not that time.
And that one just misses Bjorn. It's taken back by the Falcons. Great defensive possession right there. Here's Moore. Spin move inside. Takes a shot, and that one will not go anywhere.
Foul called on the floor on that spin move from Trey Moore.
Both teams at risk of some foul trouble early on in this game. A little handsy in the paint. And we'll see Trey Moore come up to the line shooting 2. Trey Moore made a big impact in last year's game against Park Hill as he was the leading scorer with 17 points. That first one's good. And more substitution for the Panthers. We'll see number 11, John Rassifer.
These are Moore's first points of the night. It's hard to believe already in this late in the first quarter.
And that second one just swirls in. It'll be 16-13.
I mean, a great game to start out the season, just like last year, the home opener for Staley.
And here's Park Hill South. They kick the ball around. They'll kick it back to Sanders. And he was looking for Jackson Wheeler. He'll have a foul called on him. And he'll step up to the line.
That'll put Wheeler at the line.
Jackson Wheeler, the big 6'8" senior. He's made a pretty big impact for the Panthers so far. A really big focal point in their offense.
I mean, when he's found lanes, he's had great passes, but when he's found lanes, he's taken them. And Staley with this tough, like, press-ish defense, it's punishing really, and that's what's given Park Hill South most of their points here. They're just kind of taking advantage. That's your double-edged sword for this defense that Neff seems to have drawn up.
Second attempt is good. Panthers will cut the lead back to 1. Falcons looking to establish another rhythm here.
Point guard Hicks now.
Jacoby Hicks will take it himself. Thought about it, didn't go. Here's Kennison Stone.
Park Hill South moving to a hybrid zone defense. Just helping each other out. See if Staley can take advantage in some way.
And that pass by Jackson Smith was towards Will Hansen. Couldn't get a grip on it. That'll fly out of bounds. Park Hill South ball.
Not the worst case scenario for Staley, as there's pretty much no time left on the clock in the first quarter, but you definitely wanted to get some out of that there. Will has a 3 for the team, and it seems like he can really shoot.
That was a really close attempt right there by Phillips, but the score will stay as is as we close out the first.
It's been a very exciting first quarter here. Up by 1 is Staley. Now, as I mentioned earlier, right, the home opener last year for Staley was a tough, around 4-point loss to Oak Park, a huge rival for the Falcons. And we certainly don't hope to repeat that process, but that game was certainly exciting, and both teams were going at it, really trading haymakers.
And we're seeing that exciting game that we saw in the home opener last year. Not so much the time that these guys played Park Hill South last year, obviously ending in a lopsided score of 72-38. So far for the Falcons, your leading scorer is Kennison Stone with 6.
It's been a great game for Stone. He's had a couple of big steals and a lot of good fast breaks getting down the court. Some great passes as well, finding open lanes. Had that amazing dunk off the alley-oop.
Something tells me that we'll see a lot more flashy plays from Kennison Stone today.
I do love those flashy plays, but you know what surprises me a little bit? We're in the first quarter, and Jackson Smith only has 1 point on a free throw. It seems a little interesting, right? You got to feed him the ball a little bit. I do see, though, Staley got to be a little bit wary of those big bodies that they're keeping in the paint, making sure Staley can't really find any open space to work in the paint much, forcing them to maybe take some tough passes and tough shots from outside the perimeter.
Staley has 4 seniors on their current varsity lineup, so we're going to have to see these young guys step up, especially these forwards. Here's Jackson Smith. He'll give it up.
Restarting the second.
Wilson, 3 attempts from point, and that one will be too strong. Rebounded by number 11. Rastapher will take it up as they'll decide to kick it back to Deion Sanders.
We know Luke Wilson can shoot. He's just got to find his range right now.
And there was a real good opportunity right there from that pass from Howren. He was looking for Phillips, just too strong and went over his head.
Looking for that open lane from this man defense. The defense from Staley kind of made that pass have to go a little bit wide and right out of bounds.
And the Falcons will take possession again. Wilson looks for somebody. Hansen at the point. And that one's good. 3 points for the Falcons.
That's going to be Will Hansen's second 3 of the game. He's up to 6 points, tied with Stone for leading scorer.
Will Hansen making a big difference today, shooting the ball. And here comes Sanders again. He'll be doubled. Has a little trouble with it. He's looking in the paint, and that one didn't even touch the rim.
That was great defense by Stone against a much larger man.
And as Park Hill maintains possession, that shot will be called as a foul.
I think that's going to be over the back on Bjorn. Hicks is much shorter. He's 6'1", and Bjorn is a nice 6'6", but a great effort from Hicks, forcing kind of an over-the-back foul. That box out was something that coaches dream of.
That's what we were talking about, how Staley's a smaller team, learning how to adapt to that.
Trying to give the ball to Hansen.
Take it again. Kennison Stone drives hard in the paint. He'll be doubled. Slings it back. Jacoby Hicks takes it himself and scores 2 points.
That's going to put Staley at 3 different players with 6 points, really sharing the ball.
Thought about shooting a 3, a little hezzy move. He'll take it to the paint. There will be a foul called. On the attempt was number 3, Jax Navarro. Here's Jackson Navarro for his first attempt. And that one's good.
One of the 8 seniors on the team seems to be a leader for this Park Hill South team.
Navarro's second attempt. And that one's good as well. 21-17. Staley continues to have the lead as they take back an offensive possession. Tough zone defense right now for these Panthers. Jackson Smith finds it in the paint. Tough moves from Jackson Smith.
Those were some amazing moves. They're getting the ball in the paint. That one-on-one in the paint is where Jackson Smith loves to be. Even against an opponent who's not by much taller than him, he's still, he's gritty. He's going to fight for that. And he created some great separation. Couldn't quite finish it off, but forced the foul.
Jackson Smith's first attempt, too strong. He'll line up for a second. Falcons looking to establish a 5-point lead here with a made free throw. And that one's good. 22-17.
Put Smith up to 2 on the night. Really not the number you were looking to see from him. Hopefully, and we were looking to see it in the double digits, by even maybe this point in the game. But Park Hill South, they're coming out strong as well.
Sanders, he was looking for number 35 right there. He'll miss, and Park Hill maintains possession. Navarro has it, looking for somebody. Guarded well by Hansen. And there's a steal by Hansen right there. Kennison Stone. He'll find a way to squeak it to Trey Moore. Here's Hansen up. Jacoby Hicks has it. Hicks looking for something to happen. Tough defense right now by the Panthers. He'll take it all the way around. And there's a pass to Jackson Smith. That one is no good. Rebounded by Hicks. Hicks' attempt is no good. Another attempt by Hicks is no good. And what a chaotic possession right there. That won't be called out of bounds.
I believe that was Hicks that took it all the way around the world on that one. But Jackson Smith, that's not something you want to see. He's missing those relatively open shots. You expect him to fight through some of that contact. Hicks as well doing his best. But luckily Staley gets a nice break as Park Hill South takes it out of bounds. And Staley have a nice inbound here on the Park Hill South side of the court.
Good news for the Falcons. Hicks will pass it into Stone. Stone's driving into the paint. He'll do it himself. That one's good. Kennison Stone having a great night so far.
I mean, you cannot give Kennison Stone an open baseline. He's going to take way too much advantage of it.
That one will be fed in. That shot is good by Jax Navarro. He found a soft spot in that zone defense by Staley.
Great bounce pass and great finish there from Navarro.
Trevor kicking back. Jackson Smith, 3-point attempts. That one's off the mark. Rebounded by the Panthers.
Looking for some unconventional ways to maybe just kind of give Staley a nice lead.
And there will be a shot attempt right there by Phillips. He'll be fouled hard.
Jackson Smith on the 3-pointer. That was not something I expected today, but they're covering him well in the paint. You gotta figure out something to do.
Having forward shoot 3 is something that we've never seen, or I should say never, I'd say rarely do, even in the past season.
Always pushing the envelope is this Staley Falcon team.
Substitution for the Falcons. It's Aiden Bird and Luke Wilson in the game. That's Phillips' second attempt. That one's good. 24-21.
Oh, leaving Will Hansen open, but he's not going to take it.
Trey Moore. He's looking for somebody. He'll cut around the outside. Back to Stone. And here's Trey Moore again. Playing keep away from this tight defense by the Panthers. Stone drives hard. Euro steps his way into the paint, and that one's good.
Absolutely gorgeous Euro step there to finish it off for Trey Moore.
It's Phillips with the ball. He's guarded tough by Stone. And that 2-point jumper was not good from Phillips.
Oh, he landed flat on his back. I mean, he's fighting hard for the ball. This Park Hill South team is certainly physical, matching the toughness of the Falcons, and at some points even exceeding it. Staley's gotten a little bit overconfident, a little bit wild with the ball, and Park Hill South has taken advantage of it. That was just a tough break. I think he appears to be very much all right, but that's got to knock the wind out of you.
Alex Gabrick took a big fall on that play right there, trying to make the play on it.
Great effort,
We'll see
but
a toss in.
that court has no give on it.
And it'll go straight to number 22, JoJo Elfel. The Park Hill South Panthers giving the Falcons a run for their money here late in the second quarter.
We know Coach Neff is not going to be happy about that one, just leaving that lane wide open for a quick, easy layup there. 2 points for Park Hill South.
And as we wrap up this timeout, Falcons will hit back the court. So far, we're seeing a lot of great scoring from the Falcons so far. Kennison Stone leading the pack with 8 of his own. He's made plays in the perimeter. He's made plays in the paint, as we just saw those 2 dunks earlier. And he's showing off his layup skills.
Panthers here just really waiting for Staley to make a mistake here. Looking for a way to get the jitters to get to the Falcons and just take advantage of it, which is what they've done well. And accompany that with some nice defense. They played keeping Jackson Smith to, under 5 points in this first half and forcing Staley to make some tough passes, some tough plays. This is looking to be a slobber knocker.
Jacoby Hicks takes it up. Hicks is looking to reinforce that lead for the Falcons. The ball will stay with Hicks. He'll look in the perimeter, and he's got his wide open, and he splashes it from the perimeter. That'll be a corner 3 good for Will Hansen.
He is 3 for 3 on the night for those threes, putting him at 9 points.
Driving hard in the paint, and that ball stay out of the Panthers' hands as Kennison Stone feeds it back. That will be rejected. It stays with the Falcons, however. Kennison Stone is called a foul on the way up.
Aiden Bird had that nice pass, but the Panthers able to get back there real quick and make sure that Bird's easy layup turned into something that made him fight for the possession a little bit.
Kennison Stone looking to add to his great game and the team's lead with these 2 shots at the line.
Stone.
First and 10 is right on the money. The Falcons will take a 7-point lead with that made free throw. Aiden Bird will be subbed out for Jackson Smith. As Kennison Stone lines up for a second shot.
That's the guy you want fighting for that free throw rebound, or any rebound at all, actually.
Kennison Stone's second attempt is made.
With that, he
an 8-point lead.
Stone becomes the first Staley Falcon tonight to have double-digit points, putting him at 10.
A 3-point attempt, and that one will be just short. Rebounded by Jackson Smith, and it'll be taken to the ground by Sanders.
Kick ball there by Sanders as he gets his best goalie attempt there to make sure that Jackson Smith bounce pass can go nowhere. But Staley still gets the ball.
And the missed 3-point attempt by Carson Bjorn gives the Falcons the possession. Already established a big lead they look to add on here. Here's Wilson. He'll sling it back to Stone. Stone gives it to Hicks. Hicks in the paint. He'll try to get it to Jackson Smith. It stays in the hands of Staley. Kennison Stone had it. And a little bit of a fight for the ball as Luke Wilson takes a 3. And that will be too strong, just off the mark.
Had the angle, but not the right amount of power there by number 11 on Staley, Luke Wilson.
Here's Park Hill South. He'll swing it back. Elfel looking for somebody. He'll give it to Sanders. Carson Bjorn making a big physical play right now. Panthers keeping the ball way away from the goal. Elfel decides what to do with it. He'll sling it back. Staying up top. And an attempt by Jackson Navarro is good.
I mean, that was pretty much picturesque defense there by Wilson. Had a nice effort, but just great power there on that point. on that possession, I should say, for the Panthers. Not much Wilson could have do except tip your hat and try to play some offense here.
A little out off yard from that up-court offense by the Panthers. It's Jacoby Hicks. He'll walk it up. 1 minute and 40 seconds left to go in this half. Here's Aiden Bird with it. Jackson Smith decides to not take the threes. He'll bounce it to Kennison Stone in the paint. Whistling it back to Jackson Smith. Hicks has it now. Hicks looking to make something happen right here with a big play. Whistling it to the corner.
Panthers here with a soft man coverage here, making sure all the sides of the court are filled and making it hard for Staley to find any lane.
Kennison Stone takes himself, and that one just rolled right out.
Had a good look for it, but couldn't quite get it done. That's tough to see.
And Sanders lost control of the ball from that double team by Staley. Falcons have the ball. Maybe an opportunity for a break here. And that one will be rejected. Kennison Stone's shot. And as the ball found himself on the other end of the court, the Panthers take the easy bucket. That'll be number 23, Alex Gabrick.
Staley could not get back in time. Had to, went all in on that offensive possession, trying to draw a foul, but no foul was drawn, and Panthers get it to the other side on the Staley side of the court and took advantage of it with the and one.
Alex Gabrick moseys on up to the line. Chance for a three-point play. That one's just short. We Falcon ball here. Off the feed from Aiden Bird.
Still a 4-point game here as 40 seconds count down.
Just enough time for the Falcon offense to do something here before half. Here's Hicks playing keep away. Hicks will sling it back. Hanson will give it right back to Hicks. Hicks looks for something, separates from his man. 10 seconds left to go here in this first half, and Hicks will be fouled hard by Deion Sanders.
Yeah, Deion Sanders there with a bit too physical defense and good draw by Hicks on that one. He'll go to the line, it looks like.
A chance to establish another lead here for the Falcons. Hicks finds himself at the line. He's got two. First one bounces off. A chance here to make it a 5-point game.
Only worry here for Staley, right? 11 seconds still on the clock. They're going to have to get a couple guys back, and especially with how dangerous the passes have been lately from the Panthers.
Hicks' second attempt is good. 5-point lead for the Falcons.
Puts them up to 7 on the night.
And here comes the Panthers. Phillips drives hard. Rejected. Jacoby Hicks said, "Get out of town."
I mean, the cheerleaders on that side are going to have to watch out. That thing got swatted like a fly and went flying past the baseline. Obviously out of bounds on the Falcons, but, a great momentum shift here as this defense and the crowd are definitely hyped up after that one.
Letting him hear it. Some time left to go. Falcons will take it. Kennison Stone, 3-point attempt, and it's good! Kennison Stone ends the first half with a bang.
Oh my goodness. Perfect defense, forcing a bad pass in. Stone gets a hold of it from the steal, and he's got a ball. Sees that there's only about a second left on the clock, lets it fly from pretty deep past the perimeter, and just a beautiful swish to send him into the locker room after a great first half.
And with less than 5 seconds left to go for the Panthers, they were looking just for something quick and easy to get them just enough to get by. Maybe it's a layup, maybe it's a jumper, but here comes the Falcons taking it away from them, and they made him pay with that huge shot made by Kennison Stone.
Another 4-point swing heading into a break. That's going to put Staley up around 8 points as we take a 10-minute break before we meet you again at the second half.
35 to 27, we take a break. All right, everybody, hello and welcome back. We're back here for another exciting half of basketball. Your score at half was 35-27, coming off a huge shot by Kennison Stone to end off the half. And speaking of Kennison Stone, this kid has been hot. He's been a scoring machine and a defensive rally.
Only player right now for Staley to have above 10 points. He's got the double digits, has some great passes, have some great steals, all around a great game. Couple of things we want to get worked out, right? Hopefully Neff talked about in the locker room. A little wild with the ball maybe, but I'm sure that'll get fixed here if Staley can just kind of play their game here in the second half.
And our other players spotlight, number 2, Will Hansen, the 6'2" guard. He's 3 for 3 on the night.
Yeah.
3-point attempts. We'll see if he stays hot here in the second half.
All of his points from three-pointers, and it seems like that's the way it's going to go for Will, as he's going to be starting for the second half. Staley getting fired up and ready to go. Will certainly going to be a key to victory here if they want to just kind of push this lead, make sure they can keep the Panthers in a losing position.
It's also been an epidemic of passing for the Staley offense, specifically for these bench players. Coach Neff making the substitutions to bring these guys in the game, and he's utilizing them by making them spread out the floor and feed the guys inside.
Yeah, just making sure all the guys are fresh. And we've got a great roster. No 4 seniors only, but just overall a great roster of mostly juniors and sophomores.
And the second half starts, we'll switch the court. Park Hill South has the ball to start off. And there's an inside shot. That one will miss the rim. Rebounded by number 44, and it'll be fouled on the way up.
Pretty smart foul there by Smith. Kind of had a nice takeaway for Hicks, but some miscommunication as both Will and Hicks were kind of fighting for it. And then Jackson Smith just kind of chops at the ball because it was looking like it'd be an easy layup for Wheeler. Gonna force him to go to the line here, get a little bit more pressure on him.
Jackson Wheeler, the big man, the 6'8" center. That's the kind of guy you don't want taking those shots inside.
Already got 6 points on the night. He's gonna see if he can increase it while he's at the line here.
Wheeler will shoot 2. And a little bit of a bodily fluid mishap on the floor. Will Hansen takes care of it. Wheeler's first attempt is good.
Smooth as butter on that one.
Another shot from Wheeler. That one's good as well, 2 for 2 from the line. Here's Trey Moore taking it up. Jacoby Hicks, big first half for him. He'll sling it around. Kennison Stone drives inside, off the backboard, missed shot. Rebounded by Wheeler. Park Hill South takes it up.
It's just some of those compounding problems for Stone. He's had a great night, but overall, just some of those little bitty issues have kept Staley from really getting away with this one.
The shot from Carson Bjorn is good. Park Hill South will take 35-31.
Just like that, the lead for Staley now just cut to 4.
Feeds inside to Jackson Smith, bounce pass, and that one's...
They're going to count the bucket on that one, I think.
Jackson Smith fouled by Navarro.
A great pick and pop, pick and roll-esque play for Smith. Just a simple play by the book there as he drains the free throw.
And it'll be Park Hill South bringing it up. Sanders will take it. Sanders bounce pass inside. He'll feed Navarro. Nothing was going for him inside the paint. Bjorn will take it instead. Pass over the shoulders to Jackson Wheeler. Kennison Stone takes a hard fall on that play.
Second foul on that one for Stone on the night.
And we'll see the ball stay with the Panthers. Wheeler will take it. Back to Sanders. Navarro tries to get it up. That one won't go. He was looking for number 23, Alex Gabrick. Nothing's going for him as Jackson Smith was playing some good defense right there.
Went up for that one and forced out of bounds.
And here's another try for this Panthers offense as they try to get something going. Here's Wheeler. Sanders is guarded tough by Hicks. He'll take a shot over him. That one will be too strong. It'll stay in the hands of the Panthers, or maybe not, or maybe it will.
Moore certainly flying across the court on that one, fighting for the ball. Kind of hard to see who got fouled on that one, but it looked like Moore got on the Kinnison Stone, I should say, got the worst end of that one.
And a rerun of the first half. Both these teams playing relentless to keep possession of the ball and take it away from the person who has it.
Which I love to see, is not only for a home opener, but for a pretty big, division game.
It'll go back to Trey Moore. He'll cut inside the paint. There's an attempt from Trey Moore. That one will be no good, but he will be fouled. Trey Moore will step up to the line shooting too.
Trey Moore having a relatively quiet night points-wise, but he has been a great leader defensively for the Falcons, just kind of directing traffic a little bit, making sure that this kind of really aggressive man coverage is going well for the Falcons, and a couple good passes on offense as well.
Trey Moore will make his first. Second attempt coming up.
I mean, he's one of the leaders on this team, because last year he was one of those getting a couple reps off the bench as a sophomore, but now he's going to be called upon a lot as a strong junior.
And his second attempt will go down, and it'll be stolen by Hicks. Hicks is looking for something. Nothing will go for him there. That was some physical defense right there by Park Hill South, led by Bjorn.
Maybe a little extra acting at the end just to make sure to sell it home. Definitely got hit, definitely got fouled, but he's really looking to fight for that ball,
And that physical play on the ball made by Bjorn and Wheeler will put Hicks at the line shooting. Back-to-back possessions from the Falcons with free throw attempts. Hicks' first attempt makes its way back in.
Bounces in nicely, giving Staley one of its first double digits leads of the night, if not their very first and largest.
Jacoby Hicks' second attempt. And that one is off the mark. It'll be rebounded by Jackson Smith. Looking for the ball. It'll roll out of bounds. It'll be Panther ball.
Amazing effort by Smith there. Being able to kind of read the way it goes, gotta love it. Rebounding is a difficult game, but almost Scottie Pippen or Bulls reading where that ball is going to bounce off that rim, if you know it's going to miss, and fighting for it, giving Staley another offensive rebound in possession.
I initially called the ball was with the Panthers. It stayed with the Falcons, but it looks like it'll go back to them after a mishap on the pass.
Pretty much nothing changed on that one. Got a little sloppy with the ball.
Sanders showing off those dribbles, looking for something to do. And we've got a man on the ground. It's Jacoby Hicks.
Tried staying with him, but couldn't quite keep up, and they're going to call a blocking foul on that one. Panthers are going to throw in from the baseline. Passing.
Hicks just didn't get his feet all the way set there. The ball will stay with the Panthers as they look to cut into this 10-point Falcon lead. Your score is 41-31.
Checking the friction of that spot.
He'll kick it inside. The attempt is no good.
That's going to be Staley ball.
Alex Gabrick's inside shot was no good. It'll be Kinnison Stone on the toss-in.
This is really difficult for Trey Moore. He did a fine job, but using that big frame. Luckily, the shot was a little off target, so he was able to fight for it.
And there'll be an end-around pass to Jacoby Hicks. He'll cut it up inside the paint. Smith moves back. Jackson Smith, open 3 attempt, just short.
Probably one of the last guys you want shooting that open 3. I mean, he's a great defender and a great paint player and passer.
And the rebound by Bourne will go to Deion Sanders. He kept the ball all the way.
I mean, just imagine how much scarier Jackson Smith could be. I mean, if he could knock down a few more threes. I mean, what an all-around player and terrifying opponent that would be.
Here's Gabrick. Gabrick hooks it over. That one's no good. Rebounded by Trey Moore. Trey Moore facing some tough defense right there by Sanders. He'll come alive with the ball. Moore with the ball in his hands again. He'll cut around the outside. He'll kick it to Jackson Smith. Kennison Stone open in the corner, and that one's off. And a great attempt right there by Nolan Lewis to get the ball back. That attempt didn't go exactly to plan.
Sophomore looking to make a name for himself tonight. Fine for that ball, making sure that he is one of the Falcons who's known for that physicality. Didn't quite get there, just a step behind the Panthers, but still proving his worth right here.
Great effort nonetheless by the sophomore. It'll be Phillips. Phillips making a big impact for the Panthers tonight. He'll be doubled. He'll find Bjorn in the corner. Nothing going for him. He'll kick it back. It's Sanders, 3 attempts, and that one's off the money. A little bit of a struggle right there. It'll be initially rebounded by Bjorn. Feeds Wheeler inside, double teamed hard. He'll fall to the ground. And there's a foul call.
From laying down, man, he just tucked it up, and that was after the play had ended, of course, but a great laying down shot there from number 44, Jackson Wheeler.
These defenses really are putting each other to the test right here, being physical in the paint as we see Wheeler take his first attempt. That one is good.
Wheeler, when he gets to that line, he seems to be just automatic.
Jackson Wheeler making that physicality count. His second one just rolls out, rebounded by Trey Moore. It'll be Nolan Lewis kicking it back to Trey Moore. Moore with it again. Moore cuts inside. Shot attempt is no good. Just didn't get the right handle on it.
Does draw that foul. It's going to be shooting. It's going to put him right at the line.
That personal foul will put Travion Moore, the 5'10" guards, in line. And for being an undersized guard, Trey Moore's really been all over the boards, collecting rebounds.
I mean, yeah, maybe not the most glamorous points-wise. He does drain that one, putting him at 7. But just a great player for those rebounds, for those passes, for the leadership, for the assists. I mean, all these other categories, and he also can shoot. Hasn't quite gone his way tonight as he puts it to 8. But still.
Phillips looking for somebody. Or he'll keep it himself. Phillips is doubled. In some trouble right there with Jackson Smith and Will Hanson. We'll see a timeout call. That was some physical defense by those two, really trying to strip that ball away. And that's been a narrative the Falcons have really tried to fall under this past game. Just taking the ball away and scoring off those runs.
Staley Jackson Smith, a little bit of a risk there, leaving his man kind of on that lane, but that double team was able to crash on that ball handler and kind of force a timeout there because that ball was going nowhere except into Staley's hands if you let that play out.
And one thing Coach Neff is talking to his guys about, don't be afraid to leave your man if you know you can have a shot on the ball. Takeaways for the most part equal points.
And that's very interesting. Typically you want teams to, share the ball, especially on offense, but defensively, Neff has done a great job teaching these guys to be ball hogs and want to chase that ball down. This has led to just some pretty risky plays, but overall their defense has done a great job executing on that aggressive ball go-getting tonight.
3 minutes and 23 seconds left to go in the third. Your score is 43-32. We'll see Park Hill South with the ball. It'll be Sanders on the toss in. Sanders drives hard into the paint, nothing going for him there. Kennison Stone will collect the foul.
That will be Stone's third on the night. Great job there by Sanders.
Sanders really working hard, driving into the paint. Sanders himself, not that big, 5'10", about the same size as Trey Moore. He's not afraid to work inside, get dirty, and draw some fouls, as we just saw there.
A great player for this Panthers team.
The second attempt will spin right out of the basket, collected by Trey Moore. Kennison Stone looking to make a splash.
Now Will Hansen's back in the game. You're going to be watching out for him on that perimeter.
Jackson Smith inside the paint, and that one rejected by number 40. That'll be Joe Lucan, his first minutes in this game. Great
pass there by Lewis, seeing Jackson Smith open in the paint, and Smith looking to do his prominent pump fake, if you will, but a great defense crashing on that ball for Jackson. He's unable to get it off in time.
Falcons right there tried the end around to get it back to Moore. It'll stay with them as Moore stays out with the toss in.
Inbound on the far sideline.
There's Kennison Stone up the key. Jackson Smith looking to make something happen right here. He'll fling it back to Trey Moore. Playing a little tricky off the perimeter right now. And that ball was mishandled by Kennison Stone off the pass from Nolan Lewis. It'll be Panther ball.
Lewis had to launch that thing about as hard as he could in order to make sure it didn't get intercepted by any Panthers. And just a quick loss of focus there is all it's going to take for that ball to kind of just bounce out of Stone's hands.
Panthers are still trying to claw away at this 10-point lead. Almost a takeaway for Kennison Stone. It will be a takeaway by Kennison Stone. He'll spin inside, and that one will be rejected by Wheeler. He tried that inside shot and got denied.
Hey, but a great job by Stone. Didn't let that last possession get him down. Still be aggressive. Still fight for that ball. And it's just going to work out for him on that one as he was able to just fight for it, force it away from the ball handler, get that ball into the Staley side of the court.
After the block, it'll be Staley ball. Inside. Shot attempt by Aiden Bird's no good. These Panthers continue to make good plays on this ball, but it'll stay with Staley.
Quick jump ball called. Luckily, possession arrow was with, with Staley.
Trey Moore inbound. It's Kennison inside the paint, and he'll make it.
Absolutely incredible shot. I mean, that's one of those that you kind of just throw it up, but, you know, Stone obviously knew what he was doing on that one.
Falcons looking to run away with this one. 3 attempts, and that will be off the mark for number 11, John Rastaford.
It's been the defense that's been the name of the game here for Staley this third quarter.
Jackson Wheeler draws another foul. This guy is no stranger to the three-point line, the free throw.
Wheeler has made all but one tonight.
And there it is.
Make that all but two.
Wheeler's second attempt on the money. 45-34 is your score.
Both offenses have stalled relatively to the first half, but it's been Staley's defense that's been able to keep up and just kind of force pressure on the Panthers.
Jacoby Hicks looks inside. He'll take a contested shot, and that one's good.
I mean, great.
Another bucket to Jacoby Hicks.
Great lane drive by Hicks. That's going to put him in double-digit points on the night, up to 10.
Deion Sanders takes the ball for the Panthers again. Looking to set up a play right here. He'll sling it back to Rastafur.
Unrelenting physical defense. Once again, this feels like we've been repeating this all night.
Bjorn tries to bully his way inside. He'll kick it back to Wheeler. Wheeler will find Sanders, and that one is no good, but the second attempt by Wheeler is good.
It's going to take an unlucky bounce out of the rack for Sanders, but it's going to get a nice putback for 2 points on the board.
Less than a minute left, 11-point lead from Staley. And that one will be called Panthers ball after a missed attempt.
Hicks looked to drive to that lane and get physical, draw a foul, but he is going to get called on a foul himself on a travel.
It's Rastafur on the toss, and he'll sling it around. Sanders will get the ball again. Guarded by Nolan Lewis. It was a foot race there for a second before the initial call from the ref.
Nolan Lewis trying to stay with Sanders, but it's not quite going to work out, and he's going to get called for a foul, sending Sanders to the line.
This game is seemingly becoming a contest of who can shoot and who can make more free throws.
Right now, Staley has just had better shots on these free throw points.
And here comes Sanders to the line again, looking for his second attempt. And that one's on the money. They'll cut the lead to 9. 30 seconds left for the Falcons to do something offensively. Trey Moore looks to bring it up. Trey Moore dribbling it out, wasting some clock.
Staley up by 9. Definitely just wants to be patient here. Not really any shot you have to take, but you definitely want to get a shot up here before the time ends.
And that clock keeps tipping. Hansen, deep 3 attempts, and that one's good. Will Hansen stays on fire. What a rhythm this kid is having.
4 for 4 from almost Caitlin Clark range. Drains it. It's going to put him at 12 points on the night, all by threes.
Did that look NBA range too? Will Hansen on fire tonight from beyond the perimeter.
Give the man the rock and just get out of the way. He is on fire and stays up to 50 points. Heading into the fourth quarter, up by 12.
Falcons will take a 50 on the scoreboard compared to Park Hill South's 38. A 12-point lead as they go into the fourth quarter. And so far, your leading scorer for the Falcons is now Hansen after that huge 3.
I mean, Hansen has definitely been the most electrifying shooter tonight, which with an relatively undersized team that you have with the Falcons this year, you're going to need those perimeter shots to fall. Hansen has decided that tonight is his night to let his shots fall, and has done a great job just keeping the momentum with the Falcons.
This team is looking to use their speed, cut up on the perimeter, and look for inside shots. Sometimes it's worked, sometimes it hasn't, but you just got to keep chipping away. (50-38) is your score as we start the fourth. Park Hill South with the ball again. It's Sanders.
We are starting on the final quarter of play in this amazing home opener.
And the feed inside to Bjorn is good. Falcons will take it back up the court again. It's Hicks. Hansen looking for somebody. He'll find Stone. Stone cuts up inside, and his dunk attempt was no good. And he'll stay with Staley. Hansen passes up an open 3. Trey Moore will keep it, and he'll just bump it right back outside.
Hicks or Stone, I should say, had just going to 3 Panthers looking for that shot.
And a missed opportunity right there with Jackson Smith linking up with Jacoby Hicks. That one could have been a score if it weren't for the miss after the ball. It'll stay with Staley. It'll be Trey Moore on the inbound.
Phillips comes in for Sanders on the Park Hill side.
The ball will go straight to Kennison Stone as he looks for something to do with it. Stolen by Phillips. Phillips, deep pass right there. Fight for it inside. And the ruling by the referee, it'll stay with the Panthers.
Phillips, after coming in for Sanders, already just took that ball away on the Staley baseline where they've been so incredibly powerful tonight.
Here's Trey Moore inside. Hard move to the goal, and no good for Moore.
Just no fear for Moore or any of the Staley players to just go right in, drive to the lane, and even if it doesn't work, they just keep trying it. It's going to wear down the Panthers' defense, and you also just have to worry about Hansen, right? You don't want to leave the perimeter open because Staley has eyes everywhere. They trust their guys. They can kick it out wide. You have more than just Hansen, who has been the most prolific three-point shooter tonight, who can shoot threes. You just got to be afraid of a lot of different things from the Staley team.
And after the first made free throw, after the called foul on Trey Moore, he looks to shoot a second. And that one is right off, rebounded by number 22, JoJo Elfel. Phillips will take it up, guarded by Jackson Smith. Jumper attempt, and that one's good.
Phillips already making a name for himself defensively, and now on that nice long 2 fadeaway. Just a real pretty shot that went down for him.
And here come the Falcons looking to respond to that jumper.
Panthers now, they're playing their own style of pretty tough defense.
And it looks like that confidence is re-emerging for the Panther defense. They're carving away at this Falcon lead one bit at a time. The Falcons still have a sizable enough lead to do whatever they want with the ball right now. There's no need to be careful just yet. A little hesitation move by Stone, and the pass will go into the hands of number 11. And the 3 attempts on the corner is no good by Jackson Navarro.
Put back, though, by number 22, JoJo Elfel. Just couldn't quite box out on that one. Too afraid of the 3, tried to come to it.
Trey Moore looking to break up that rhythm from the Panthers.
Something that the Panthers have already done to Staley, as there's 5 minutes and a half left in this fourth quarter as they get a takeaway.
Stolen by Elfel, and Elfel made the shot. Didn't get quite high enough to make a showtime dunk, but I'm pretty sure the Panthers will take that 2 points on the breakaway. And just like that, the Panthers are just clawing away at this, trying to get back to this game.
Staley just getting a little bit sloppy here. The Panthers have not lost the will to fight yet. This is still a huge game, well within the realm of possibility of going down to a 2 3-point finish here. So Staley, Neff, definitely calling that timeout. Hot on the sidelines. Got to tell his players, you can't let your foot off the gas here. Right? This is a tough team. It's not like this has been easy. These points, every point, every possession has come at a cost. There's still 5 minutes and 34 seconds left in this final quarter.
And that's plenty of time for either team to make a statement. Will the Falcons keep their lead, or will the Park Hill South Panthers come back and shock this home crowd?
As much as you wanted Staley to come out, guns a-blazing, ready to just kind of put this game away like last season, this is a different Park Hill South Panthers team. They've come to play in Staley's house, and as much as we did want Staley to win, we do love calling these incredibly exciting games. Right, that's what we live for. That's what the players live for. It comes down to these moments, dude.
Absolutely right. In a district game like this, they really need to make something happen.
It is Staley possession.
Trey Moore will take it up. Trey Moore guarded by Phillips. Hicks. Jackson Smith. Back to Stone in the paint, and that one will be good. Kennison Stone finally finds his rhythm after that made layup.
Didn't try to force any too tough of a shot there. Just played a little bit of Staley ball. There it is with a steal.
Right there. And that one will be called on a stoppage of the game before anything too crazy can happen.
And now it's Staley playing that tough, hard-nosed defense. And Park Hill South on the back foot.
Trey Moore will find an opening. He'll cut it back inside, and not enough.
Rebounded by Phillips.
Park Hill South. And a desperate fight for the ball right there from Hicks.
That was I need to know the vertical on that. Both Hicks and I think Kennison Stone were just up there absolutely trying their best to knock that ball away and fighting for it.
Phillips on Moore. He'll take a jumper over him, and that'll be too short. Rebounded by Kennison Stone. He'll kick it back to Moore. Moore's looking to take another shot, and that one will be off the money again. Rebounded by Jackson Smith. Second attempt is good by Jackson Smith.
There's the offensive rebound from Jackson Smith and the put back.
Ball will go back to the Panthers. Another tight double-team defense right there by Staley. Jackson Smith and Jacoby Hicks on some really tight defense right there.
And now the help on this defense, right? Jackson Smith coming up and putting it in a tough position where it's really hard to get the ball out. Even after these screens, right? They're using the momentum of the Park Hill South offense against them and just kind of making it difficult for them to move the ball.
And with the called timeout, Coach Neff and company will talk over to his team.
We're coming down to the wire now as Staley, once again, a 9-point lead. But we've seen how quickly Park Hill South, if they just get a little bit of that momentum back, just kind of scrape away at this invincible wall the Falcons have built up, they can really turn the tide. Staley's going to have to just keep playing stable ball and just, really doing a great job on defense like they have all game.
Panthers with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to decide if they're going to be conservative to approach this or if they just want to attack right from the get-go.
Staley's done a great job of attacking. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. After that timeout, I think Park Hill South still gets the ball. Neff, he's been a coach for a while now. Certainly knows what to do in these type of situations to just make sure that they don't let this get away from them.
It'll be Sanders on the toss in. And that'll be taken away by Kennison Stone.
There's that help side defense, and Staley takes advantage of it.
And here comes Trey Moore. Back to Stone. Stone looking to make something happen. Nothing going for him there. He'll just kick it back. Hicks with it. Guarded by Sanders. Smith with the screen. He'll kick it back to Trey Moore. Open in the perimeter. And that one's no good. That'll be rebounded by Bjorn.
Slightly off target, but open for Moore and just hasn't quite found his range tonight from the perimeter.
And Navarro's pass to Deion Sanders. We'll put Sanders at the line to shoot too.
That is still what Staley liked to see, a long possession on both sides of the ball. And even if they didn't quite get the points, forcing this, slowing down, I think, favors the Falcons here. If you have a little stoppage of play where both teams get to catch their breath, I think that favors Staley. Park Hill South getting to that point where they're going to need to, take a little bit more pace, play with a little bit more speed. Staley, they love playing with speed as well, but having this stable play seems like an advantage to them as they are ahead by 8.
Sanders' first attempt was good as he stepped up to the line for number 2, and that one will be good as well.
Now ahead by 7.
48. Here comes Trey Moore. He'll kick it back to Hansen. He dumps it off to Stone. Smith looking for something to do. He'll just find Hansen.
Nice passes by Staley here, just kind of keeping the ball in motion.
Trey Moore cuts it inside, and that one will be rejected. In the hands of Deion Sanders. 3 attempts by Wheeler, and he doesn't even hit the rim.
Oh, over the top dribble. Kind of a costly mistake there on that one. Had a nice possession going there. And just trying to get back, and a desperate attempt on defense by the Panthers after that 3 ball that didn't quite find its mark.
And 3 minutes left to go in the game. Your score is 55-48. It's Deion Sanders.
Every tick of the clock here now is something that the Panthers cannot get back.
3 attempt by Navarro. That won't be off the mark. Bjorn makes a great attempt to try to keep it to his team, but it'll end up in the hands of Kennison Stone. Falcons look to play ring around the rosy here.
Moore just milking the clock right now.
Hansen has it. A little bounce pass inside, but he'll get the ball back. Kennison Stone will cut inside, and his layup attempt is good.
They were expecting the screen. Kennison Stone cuts it back and has a nice lane to the basket.
Sanders again. Sanders tries to make a run for it. But it'll be an attempt by number 40, Joe Lucan. And we've got some bodies on the ground here.
Kennison Stone now on the floor. Took a bit of a hit, but it looks like he will get up with some help from his Falcon teammates, and he appears to be okay.
Sigh of relief for the Falcons, which is what a player that Kennison Stone is, how he can make a difference on the court. It matters if he's in.
Has given it all tonight and more, 110%. The definition, if you go into the dictionary of that 110%, you'll find a big old 4x4 picture of Kennison Stone.
Kennison Stone will get 2 shots after taking the tumble on the previous defensive possession. His first one is just short, bounces off the rim. Second chance here to reestablish that 10-point lead for the Falcons. Stone's second attempt is good. 10-point lead for the Falcons. And here come the Panthers. It's Sanders. He'll fling it to Navarro. Back to Bjorn. Bjorn tries to drive inside. Nothing going for him there. Sanders will do the same. Back on the perimeter, 3-point attempt for Bjorn. That one's well short, but it'll be rebounded by Sanders. It'll be 40 driving to the hoop. Nothing going for him there. But the tough defense will end up being called into a foul.
Senior Joe Lucan able to find a nice spot on the baseline. Forces a bad position for Smith where he gets the foul and will go to the line. But 1 minute 26 now. Staley's done a great job of just kind of draining that clock and making it to where their defense still is a stone wall that is just incredibly hard for the Panthers to do anything against.
Panthers looking to get on the same digit mark as Staley with this made free throw. Lucan's second attempt at the line. That one's good, 58-50. Less than 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go here.
Quick sub, Aiden Bird comes out for Jacoby Hicks.
And here come the Falcons and Panthers in desperation time. Tight defense right there on Trey Moore. He responds well. Trey Moore will find Kennison Stone. Stone will drive hard inside. And his layup attempt is no good. That was a tough contested shot. Stolen, though. And the Falcons get a second chance on the possession.
Hansen was reading, saw that they were looking to get that lane to the basket from that far pass.
Hicks' attempt is no good. He'll pick up his own miss. Trey Moore just trying to dribble it away. Trey Moore drives hard inside again, and will give it up to Jackson Smith. Jackson Smith is fouled.
Finally gave Smith an open space to be near the paint that the pass was able to get to him because they were so worried about that initial drive to the basket. I believe that was Moore. Smith has not found the free throw line as much as we initially believed, but it seems that Staley has just been incredibly strong on defense to where that they haven't needed him as much.
And you know what? This game was characterized by both teams' defense. Obviously, we've got some 50s on the scoreboard right now, but both teams have been relentless on their defensive side of the court.
Yeah, I mean, you love to see it. The points are high, but that doesn't really speak. There has been some crazy swings of points, some 4, 5, 6, even 7-point swings for each team.
Did I just hear a 6-7? And back to basketball. Less than 40 seconds left. Staley with an 8-point lead. Coach Neff talking it over with his team, discussing what to do.
It's been a great game. I mean, I love to watch it. You know, the players I love to play. Great atmosphere here tonight. It seems that most of the Staley crowd is heading out, but the few of the student faithful just here to support the guys. You know, they've been raucous tonight. Few but mighty. It just have been just kind of a thorn in the side, you know, couple chirps, you know, maybe to the Panthers side.
And boy, what a great game to watch. The home opener is always exciting, but you know, this one's just making it a whole lot better with both teams just with great effort and just a great show on the floor.
So glad to be back in our second year now, is it? Of announcing basketball for Staley.
And there's nothing better.
Especially because it's super duper cold outside.
Jackson Smith at the line, he'll shoot two. His first attempt will fall through. His second made attempt will put the Falcons back at a 10-point lead. And his second will fall in.
Back to a 10-point lead.
Inside lane opened up for him for a second. He'll just kick it right back outside. Rastafur looking for something to do with it.
Still no quarter being given to the Panthers offense.
Nothing going for this Parkhill offense as he'll just give it up. Jacoby Hicks inside, and they'll lob it to Kennison Stone, and that's just rubbing salt on the wound. Kennison Stone makes a great play right there just to show him.
In the waning seconds of the game, Staley does exactly what we were hoping for and doesn't let their foot off the gas. They're here to play 32 minutes, and it doesn't matter if they're up 10, you know, they got to show up. They're here to come back and make another playoff run. What a great home opener.
And with that, a final score of 62-50, the Falcons put their first W in the win column, something that'll mean a lot in conference play, playing a district opponent. And just what a great game to watch. What a great game to be for this home opener.
Yeah, shout out once again to the Panthers, making that a great game. Had their own offense, had their own defense that was really putting Staley to the test there. And until Staley just started finding their mark, finding their passes, finding their aggressiveness, they were just out there having a great time.
And with a great win to defend their home court, we say goodnight. I'm Cooper Unruh.
And this has been Andrew Scott.
Good night, everybody.